So good morning everyone. My name is Arslan and you are watching Proper Tech Tutorial. So welcome back to the series of learning Siemens NX from beginner to pro. Today we will be starting the part 2 of the basic assembly constraints, or what you can say is that part 31 of our series consisting of total 38 lectures. I'll just let you go through the syllabus for reference. That is, we will be dealing with concentric, distance and fixed constraint. So without any further delay, let's start. What we'll do is that if I want, like for example, there is one option that I can restrict the following nut. We have discussed about like this part in the previous video, and we in the part 30 before that we discussed about part 30 and so on. So continuity is very important. So in case you have not watched part 30, I would recommend you to please watch it and then come back to our part 31 video. So we had already applied the infer center axis, that is over here. Now I want to apply the touch align. Okay, so what I can do is that I want this particular face to be parallel to this face, and I want this nut to be at a particular distance from this face, and I do not want it to be totally like touching the face like this particular bolt or this particular nut. So what I will do is that I will click on assembly constraint, and then I will click on the distance constraint, and after that I will click on this edge and I will click on this edge, and you will see that the distance can now be maintained using this option. I will click on apply and I will click on cancel, and you see that the distance is already mentioned over here. Okay, so currently it is 8 mm. If I want it to be like 4 mm, I'll just click on 4 and you will see that it is now 4 mm. So the distance is in the direction. I just want to show you that the distance is not measured in a slant manner like this, rather it is mentioned in the y-axis. So it is true distance, like not true distance, it is true y-axis distance, and it is 4 mm. So I want it to be like 4 mm, so that when I see this model, I am able to see this nut protruding out and it is looking good. Next I want to do is that I want to delete this infer constraint. Okay, keep changes. I want to delete this align constraint. I just want to delete it. And now you will see that I am able to move this particular nut in any manner as possible. And this 4 mm distance will be like confirmed to, but the remaining degrees of freedom have been totally dissolved. So what I'll do is that I'll just discard the changes, I'll keep it back, or what I can do, I can just use this and I'll just take it somewhere else. I'll keep it over here. I'll click on apply, click on cancel. Now coming to the constraint of the concentric constraint. So another method of aligning two circle or two features that are based upon a circle or a cylinder is that I just have to select the circle. I selected this. After that, what I have to do, I have to select this circle, and it will get concentric with each other, and you will see that it is getting concentric, but there is having some issue. So what I'll do, I'll just delete this distance. I'll click on the assembly constraint part. I'll click on the concentric part. I will click on this and I will click on this, and you see that this bolt has got totally fixed over here. I will click on apply. I will show you the degrees of freedom over here, and you will see that it has got restricted in all the linear axes, and it has only one rotational degree of freedom. That is, it can only rotate like a nut would rotate while it is getting screwed in or screwed out. So now I want to like okay, discard changes. Now what I want to do is that in this case we had this face like parallel to this face, and that allowed us to have the face in somewhat this fashion. So we use the parallel constraint, but as of now we do not want to use parallel constraint. Okay, we just want to use concentric distance and fixed. So what I will do is that I will take this point, I'll just take this as the assembly constraint. I will take this distance and I will select this line. I will select this line and I will select the distance to be, let's say I want to increase it, and it will not get increased. No problem, no problem. I'll just do cancel, I'll just do discard. Assembly constraints, select two objects. I will select okay, distance one. I will select this line and this line of sketch. Okay, and the distance will allow me to make it like this. You get that? So it is 1.2 and it is also like 1.3 or 1.2, whatever you want. So you can just see that over here, and you will see that it is rotating as we are changing the distance. So furthermore, it will not change. So for example, I want to have it like parallel to something like that. I will just keep it like that, and now it is parallel to this face. I will click on apply. So this is the use of distance tool that specifies the 3D distance between two objects. Now coming to the option of fixed. Now for example, like I want to make this particular nut not in this fashion, rather I want to have this edge in this particular manner. So what I will do is that I will just take I will just move this particular nut in whatever fashion I desire. And for example, I want to have it in this manner. I will keep it like this, and then I will click on apply. After that, I will use the assembly constraint, and using this assembly constraint of fix, I will just click on it. I will click on apply and cancel, and you will see that now the assembly constraint fixed has been applied, and this red is visible because of the reason that it is having like it is an extra constraint. Since it is already fixed, we do not require the concentric constraint. So I'll just delete that, and now it is all good to go. If I want to move this object, I cannot move it. As soon as I will move it, you will have the dialog box that you are trying to move a fixed object. So this is also one way of constraining the components with other components and having the same result by using other different types of assembly constraint. So we understood the concentric, we understood the distance, and we understood the fixed constraint. So since the distance will not be changed like unless we want to, it is fully constrained, and you can see that this is fully constrained and this part has been fixed. So these two boards are not constrained as of now, and we'll change them, we'll play with them once we come to the next video. So in the next video, we'll be dealing with the parallel constraint, perpendicular constraint, and align lock constraint. So I hope you enjoy our series of learning Siemens NX, and everything is explained in detail and in multiple manners so that everyone can understand the thing without getting any hurdles or any obstructions. So if you like our series, subscribe to our channel, hit the bell icon, hit the like button, comment on our videos if you have any suggestions for us, and share it with your friends in case you find them useful. So till the next time we meet, goodbye.